So my name is Noelle Gallagher. I'm a visual artist based in Galway and I'm a member of Interface and Engage Art Studios. At the moment I'm working on a body of work called Fractals and Jaybirds, and I started it 2 years ago and it's funded by an Arts Council Bursary Award. It's about the restoration of Sitka spruce forestry to biodiverse woodland in Imeall Valley in Connemara. Fractals are kind of nature's geometry. They're very different from the straight lines of modernity. And then jaybirds are the oak tree's best friend because they plant so many acorns. So I suppose I'm thinking about how nature has a different system. It's not chaotic exactly, but it's not ordered in the way, say, that monoculture plantations are. Well, it's very much about getting to know the site really well, and I did a research residency there in 2021. During this residency I walked the forests, and across the lake from the Sitka spruce plantation is an ancient oak forest called Derry Clear Nature Reserve. So I spent a lot of time in both those sites, comparing them visually, the fractal versus the linear, and then the sounds as well. The Sitka plantation is quite silent. You don't have many birds nesting there, whereas the oak plantation then, of course, has a richness of biodiversity. So they took us on walks through the different woodland spaces as well, and in the bog, and talked to us about how the land had changed over millennia. So that was really interesting, and that all feeds into the work then. Usually when I'd start a project, I'd start with drawing and painting, but this time I started with moving image work. So I collaborated with a filmmaker, with Colm Hogan, and the first part of the filming was of the felling of Sitka spruce at night time in February, which was pretty mesmerising to watch. These trees that took maybe 50 years to grow were just felled in a matter of seconds. The felling of Sitka was an experience I'll never forget. It was quite shocking, just the capability of destroying so quickly what's taken so long to grow. I imagine that experience of cutting ancient woodland would just be traumatising. And then we recorded the dawn chorus in May time, moving between Derry Clear Nature Reserve, the ancient oak forest there, to the Sitka plantations. So we were recording and listening to the variety of birds at the site. So these are the clips from the film, but then they feed into the paintings. So I'm taking these images and taking them out of the widescreen mode and making them into paintings by using charcoal and oil paint, as well as the photographic image. I suppose overall I was thinking about colour, and it moves from the dark, the night, then to the green spaces and back again. So I suppose this visual of the edit gives a good sense of the thread of the, not so much narrative, but the difference between the dark and the green. And I suppose I'd like some of that to translate then towards my next series of paintings. I really like moving between paint and film. You see the world with different eyes, when you're using a camera or when you're working with somebody else and you're seeing their perspective. And I like the balance between collaborative elements and collaborating with the filmmakers and composers, and then the solitary time here in the studio just to reflect and to make my own paintings. So these images here on the left are the ones that made the cut, and these ones didn't. But to me, these images would probably work well as paintings. It's the reverse of my previous way of working. Trees have featured in my paintings for a number of years. I see the tree as a witness to the changes in society and to the passage of time. Like some trees in the world are 5,000 years old, you know, they're as old as the pyramids. So that sense of a change in temporality or a different time perspective interests me. I think I develop a very meaningful relationship over the years. I don't like to just parachute in and get a kind of surface impression of a place. I think the longer you spend in a place, the more it reveals to you. So yeah, I'm very excited about how this project will evolve over the next few years.